looking dapper.
So, select scenario, new story available. We're going to begin all over again, and we're going to see what I've learned from the first run. We have no other scenarios, though it'll be interesting to see what the other scenarios entail. Perhaps, and this is a suggestion that I picked up from Shen's chat recently. I was in there just as someone suggested, well, won't it be interesting if you get to play as the different cities that exist? So, for example, Tesla City. Maybe one of the scenarios will be us playing as them. Maybe one of the scenarios will be us playing as Winterhome. And maybe that scenario will be predetermined to end in failure, but it'll have more of a narrative in how Winterhome fell. And maybe just seeing how long you can make it last. Or maybe it will be possible to change the fate of Winterhome. Maybe then you'll get different scenarios. It's interesting. I wonder if scenarios will unlock as you discover new things in the main campaign. There's so many questions. And I'm super excited for all of them. Yep, I'm just starting. We completed the last stream. We streamed the entire run, and I see no reason why we won't be doing the same tonight. So, buckle down, make sure you're pretty comfy, giant pillow under your bum. I've already put the cups out. She-Lab's wonderful. She came to collect my cup to make me some tea, no doubt. Unfortunately, I preempted her by taking the cup out of the kitchen. Everything in its place. But yeah, so we completed the run last stream. It was about 10 hours and a half long, I think it was, in the end. And that stream is going up onto YouTube as VODs over the next coming days. This stream we're going to be starting again, and I see no reason why we're not going to be doing the whole thing again. So make sure you're comfy, make sure you've got plenty of supplies. We might take a break or two in the middle, because I pretty much did the whole 10-hour stream without taking a break, and that was very bad of me. As a result, I hope no one else was silly and sat there for the whole 10 hours like I did. You need to get up and move around, people. It's important for your health. Other than that, though, we're going to be trying out a couple of different situations. We know now a lot about how the game works. So I'm not going into this blind, and hopefully I can improve on my previous run. And in addition to that, hopefully we can find some of the new things that I didn't look into in the last one. There's definitely replayability in this game because you can make different choices. And we will be making different choices for this one. 9. I moved between my chair and my bed. Aavak, does that count? Yeah, actually. I think it does. I'm wearing a hat at the moment. Frozen Raptor. Damn, popular YouTube guys with their benefits. I want to play this game now as well. Don't worry, it's not far off. It's about 4 days off, I think it is. So you're not going to have long to wait. It's called streamer privilege. Hush, leave it. Right, okay, so with that all said and done, let's get into the game. A new home. To preserve civilization from the chaos of its own downfall, we have fled to the end of the world. We will have to adapt to survive. Who we will become in the process. Who will we become, sorry. We can customize the scenario. Really? Huh. That's actually pretty cool. Society's attitude, weather, you can make it harder, easier. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can set everything to hard or easy. Yeah, we're just gonna keep on going. Basic difficulty with some challenges and some room for error. The game with more challenge will be very little room for error, or the game will be less challenging with plenty of room for error and fewer challenges. No, we'll stick to medium, at least until this next run is through. Restore defaults and back. There we go. Simply because we're going to be exploring new stuff and I want to be able to have for science quite a lot of it. But if we continue playing this, and do let me know, both in YouTube once you get to this this video, which will be many days in the future from the time we're recording this. Let me know if you're interested, and let me know in chat after this stream if you're interested in seeing more. Maybe we'll be coming back to it day after tomorrow or something similar. But let's start. Right. A new home.
Word of our community's acclaim spreads.
Why, thank you, Enter Elysium. Everyone, I'm sure you're well acquainted with EE, but for those of you who aren't, he is a fellow YouTuber and a fellow streamer who I believe has also possibly been bitten by the bug. He's been drafted into Her Majesty's service recently to protect the unfortunate of the Empire who have fallen on hard times as a result of this biting cold. And so if you're interested in more Frostpunk footage, then you could do a lot worse than popping over to his channel now and dropping down a follow so that when he goes live next, you will be notified. He also runs Roll For It. Many of you, I imagine, are quite familiar with that D&D. Well, saying it's a D&D show is wrong. It's a role-playing live stream. That I used to be a cast member on, actually. Hello. Members of the Elysian Empire? I'm not really sure. I mean, it's easy to recognize my community that they are the Dapperlings, and you can tell by their dapper attire and dapper attitudes. You see, the chat is full of tea and coffee. Ignore those. Ignore the ones who put coffee in the chat. It's bad. But diolch yn fawr. But I'm not sure. I'm not. Do you call them shinies? Maybe you call them shinies. I'm gonna call them shinies, even if you don't call them shinies. Welcome to the shinies. Anyway, let's move on. So we fled London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world, as we know it, has crumbled. No flag, no claim. You don't need a flag when you're a dragon. You don't seem to understand this. Welsh don't need flags. We've got song, and there's a dragon on our flag. That means we don't need to carry it around. We just point generally in the direction of Wales, and our claim is already established. What have you got? You've actually got something that looks like someone stole the Scottish flag and turned it on its side, which is interesting considering EE is English. It's kind of a mixture of the Scottish and the English flag, only not quite as colourful as the Union Jack. There's things to be considered about this. Do flags survive dragonfire? I mean, it depends. The Welsh flag would, obviously. It's protected by dragon magic. But... right. Now, let me know what the music's like, because I did turn it down while we were in the main menu, because it's fairly loud. Let's go to We Have to Survive. Always seems a little bit choppy in that zoom in. Hopefully we will be seeing quite a lot of optimizations. To be fair to the game, there's not much that needs to be optimized. I'll be perfectly honest. It was quite a nice experience. There were one or two crashes during the last stream, but other than that, it's fairly good, honestly. It's pretty solid state, but I imagine there will still be an optimization update here and there. Right. I need to test fact. Still a bit chunky intro. Sound effects are good. Okay. Awesome. No, I may have to suggest to change to shinies. I know, right? It's brilliant. You can have that one for free. You can have it for free. Right. And yes, that's fair. That's fair. We've conquered the world with the sheep. Everyone thinks that Wales is just a tiny little country. It's just off the side of England. No, it's just we've already conquered the world. Sheep are everywhere. That basically is our claim. Wool is used everywhere. Any flag that's made of wool is basically ours. Any clothing that is made of wool, basically ours. Any people who wear the clothing, also ours, because we operate with the baby's rules of acquisition. If I've touched it, it's mine. So, right, we need to stockpile some coal and start the generator. Right, yeah, well, it's fairly simple. We've got 65 people are ready to help. Where's the nearest coal pile? Probably up here. Let's get workers out there, workers over here, workers over there as well. Right. We need a law. Let's start as we need to go on. Now, I was told that having the cemetery ahead of time, before one of the first events that you go out to scout, doesn't change it at all. So I'm not going to make that a priority. However, in the last stream, I'm not going to strictly choose different options just because they're different options than the last stream. There are some that I'm going to pick just because my soul tells me I have to. For example, probably this. But we might try for radical treatment this time, that sort of thing. But we are almost certainly going to be going for faith rather than order, just so I can see what the faith tree is like. But I will put it to chat. Child shelters worked quite well for us last time. The fact that we had engineer apprentices was pretty solid. That was actually fairly cool, and we could always go for medic apprentices. Alternatively, we could head for a much more grim sort of outing this time and say, look, we need everyone to work, whether you're young, whether you're old. If you stop, you die. Right now, we're operating with shark philosophy. If you stop, you die. It's too cold. You need to be doing something to keep yourself warm. The Danes have conquered the world with bacon, sugar, and Lego. I mean, yeah, to be fair. If everywhere the Lego has been is basically a Danish territory, you do more or less own the whole world. Another Aavak screen, dear gods. Get those lazy bums off their, bums. Very well, Telkas has spoken. Every child who is a victim of an accident, blame Telkas, child labour. There aren't enough hands to do all the work. Will allow children to be employed in safe workplaces like cookhouses or hothouses. I mean, that seems reasonably safe. Children can work in safe workplaces. Hope will fall slightly, and child workers can be injured in accidents. Sign the bill into law.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
Kids should be learning, not working. I kind of agree. We toil all day, and now the kids have to work too. This is why we toil, so that our children wouldn't have to. Well, they were going to have to learn eventually. Such is the cruel, grim world we live in. Right. We've got a bit of food. Let's get a cookhouse up and running. I would actually like the cookhouses to be built on the second row out. How hot are the cookhouses? It's only heating one, which is a pain. But I am going to build it out there because I would like to maintain this area for homes first. I'm going to need plenty of wood. Going to need a lot more wood. We need to get all of these people into homes as fast as we possibly can. All right. So this is a nuclear winter sun. No, actually, Mega Mike. This is, from what I understand, more of a. There is, at least if we touch on some of the lore that we learnt in the last stream, there were volcanic eruptions to the south. So I'm assuming the southern hemisphere, because London is fairly close to the equatorial mass, and the fouling of the air was mentioned. So a kind of a volcanic winter. But in addition to that, we found hints that what has happened could not entirely be explained away by the fouling of the atmosphere via the volcanic eruptions. It seems that the sun may be dying. So, not so great, truly. We need to get the workshop up as soon as we can, but we do desperately require... Oh, wow, we can have children out there. I'm not sending children out into the cold if I can avoid it. I refuse. Refuse. Children are not going to work out in that cold. They will work in hot houses. Maybe we'll go a hot house run this time. We'll build hot houses around the place. The only thing with hot houses is hunters don't spend a lot of time in their hunters' huts, so they don't actually get ill as a result of that, which is interesting, which is very interesting. I don't want to send my children out that far. I may have to, though. We absolutely need that. Let's have a look at the cold. I mean, actually, the whole world's... It's only -20. What am I talking about? It's balmy compared to what it was like in the last stream. So, yeah. Children. Children forth. Are we going to see tiny little... are they going to be bitty little workers? They don't even come out of the snow. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to take this. Child labor or not. Needing them to work or not. Their heads don't even make it above the snow line. This is awful. This is awful. Yeah, we've gone for having the children help us this time. Right. Almost got enough coal. We need... Can we turn her on? Oh yeah, we could turn her on as soon as we had any coal. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. Alright. I do need this up and running, so let's get that going too. Pop that one down there. Now, continue with the homes. We do need a lot of these. So, 1, 2... Let's get all of these built as fast as we can. Children aren't going to be able to work that, unfortunately. I'm going to cut back... Right, we've fought the cold. We've got enough coal there. We've started the generator. Food. The generator hums with reassuring warmth. But we shouldn't take it for granted. The generator goes down. The city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. And also, be mindful of over stressing the generator. Don't do that. I mean, I wouldn't know why you shouldn't do that, because I would never have done that. I mean, obviously, I would never, ever run the generator so hot, so hard, so long that I had to feed a child to it to keep it from exploding. That totally never, ever happened. And anyone who says so needs to visit the Ministry of... Oh, wait. We're not going to be going in order this time. Whatever the Ministry of Truth equivalent is amongst the faith. Mention something about faith keepers. I'm going to assume that there's some sort of, like, death squad, zealous, like, military corps. We will send the faith keepers around to re-educate them and restore their faith in me via violence. This is going to be a dark Aavak run, isn't it? Oh no, I need to prepare myself. I mean, if the sun is dying, Aavak, these people wouldn't know it anyway. They're from London to begin with. You know what? That's a double whammy, because London plus loads of steampunk, the smog would be choking. Oh my goodness. Anyway, if the generator goes down, now food. On that note, though, Britain set the record for the whole of the UK really recently. Ran for 50 hours without burning any coal. Yay, Britain. It's kind of catching up with the rest of the civilized world. Scotland, just as Scotland, so, you know, that was the record for the whole of Britain, but Scotland has actually been running coal-free for 2 years, which is pretty cool. Learned that like yesterday, which is I wasn't aware. I knew Scotland had been running effectively clean for a while in terms of power generation, but then Scotland has a massive advantage. Not as many, it's not as densely populated. It's got amazing coastlines, and it's also really high and really, you know, tall areas. So it's pretty good for wind farms. So, you know, it does have an advantage there. Right, we are going to need to get a hothouse or hunters. We'll try. We'll see what we can do.
Finish your labors, people. The work day is up.
Indeed it is. The work day is up, everyone. Chop, chop. Ooh. I could build this out there and then people could just work here. Oh, that's so much better. I could even build 2 of them. Back to back. You know what? That is better for me. if I can afford it, I can't right now. But that is much, much better for me than the alternative. I haven't got enough wood. Boop! Oh, well, they'll just have to... Well, no, they can't. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Can I cancel one of these? No, I'll let people have their homes. I should have built the road out there first. My bad. My bad. To be fair, the US has never been coal-free, so at least the UK is trying. I guess. To be fair, though, the US has a whole other logistic issue that it has to deal with. That is a very large national grid. I don't know how the US power infrastructure is set up. Maybe it's very similar, and the whole of the US is under one big grid, or maybe it's state by state. I don't know. But there's a lot of homes to heat in the US. A lot of electricity needed. A lot of AC in the US. Like, that's another thing that we don't have, like constantly draining power supplies. So, hey, dudes, Geominer. We don't need to know any of that. It's fine. At least that is built, because this is going to allow us to do a decent bit of gathering over there. In fact, is coal over there? Yeah, we may set up a second one, maybe even a third, just to begin with, so that we can quickly get these resources gathered, at least in a warm environment. Because right now, this is anything but warm. Anything but warm. Got plenty of wood. Yeah, I think we're going to try and be as efficient as we can be this time. If I recall correctly, the power grid in the US is more of a regional thing. That does make sense. What did Matten mention? Yeah, I found the automaton in the last game and I sent it home. Oh, I need to get this running. Where are my engineers? Up. Let's get you working. With that set up, add research tech. Now, do we want to go for... to get the hothouse, I'm going to have to get down there. We could just push for the hothouse. We haven't actually got that many... We've got about 2 days worth of time. We could possibly just get by without any hunter's huts. Or I could just build a hunter's hut early. I think we're going to push for a hothouse, first and foremost. And we'll just see how that goes. We got one sick. That's a shame. We'll build a medical post. The US has the problem that the national grid was damaged a few times and then just duct taped together. Well, okay, fair enough. Angelic Dirt. US power and infrastructure is like your dad putting together IKEA. Puts it together once, only gaffs it with duct tape and super glue later. Okay. I think that may be doing a slight disservice to the engineers in the US who managed to keep everything running. But let's see where you go with it. There we are. Book of Laws. Now, we can no longer get apprentices. What we can do, child labor all jobs. We need all available hands to work if we're to survive. We'll allow children to be employed wherever they can help, no matter the risk. Children can be employed in most workplaces. Hope will fall. Discontent will rise slightly. Child workers can be injured or die in accidents. Not unless we need to do that. For now, we'll allow our children to work in safe jobs. We will not be having our children working in that. No. I refuse. There are some things, eventually we might need it, but we are not going to be pushing for that. Aavak, listen to your Welsh genes. Send the children to the coal mines. No. My Welsh genes are saying no. My Welsh genes rebelled against the English because they were sending our children to the coal mines. My Welsh genes refuse. Now, I went with soup last time, which allowed us to... Hope fell slightly and discontent rose slightly, and eating soup caused discontent. But we found it very easy to manage discontent last time. Food additives, some people eating sawdust meals will fall ill. Discontent will rise slightly, hope will fall slightly, but we can add sawdust to meals to make them more filling, although not exactly tasty or healthy. I'm not sure how much we get from that. Does that give us 5 instead of 2? Sorry, instead of 3? I'm not sure, because you normally get 2 meals per food. Per raw food, you get 2 rations. With soup, you get 3 rations, but eating it causes discontent. If we went for food additives, because there's more food bowls there, would we get 4 rations? But some people would get ill. Thank you very much, Univenon. That is very, very kind of you. Or maybe it's Univenon. Thank you very much for using your Twitch Prime on me. That is extremely kind of you. Please put some love in chat there. I am not going to be going for New Order. And I didn't go for New Order last time. I refused. I just went Order, not New Order. So less of a soup and more of a gruel, to be fair. Alternatively, we could get neither soup or sawdust. To be fair, soup kept us going in the last run. In the last run, I'm going to try my best not to reveal any spoilers of how the last run went, but it would have gone a lot worse without soup. Sawdust just gives them more fibers, Aavak. Not soup dust. Let's see. Soup seems like the best idea. I mean, soup was really good. Alternatively, we've already got a little bit of discontent. I could go for fighting arena early. You know what? I actually think this might be a good move. Let's get a fighting arena up nice and early. That'll manage our discontent early in the game. We haven't got much, but that'll prepare us for it. There we go. I'm itching to see a good fight. It'll just be like the old times. Good, betting on fights was the next best thing to the races. Huh?
Which ones were Bubbles tea?
The ones in the loose leaf.
How many loose leaves? What colour's the packet?
I'd have to show you. Why?
I'll bring them in.
Yeah, okay. Oh. Lady Shiro was asking me which of the teas I have was sent by Bubbles, because the Daplings send me tea. The Daplings also send me coffee. That's pretty much how I get my coffee. I don't get it from over here, because British coffee, except in very few places, pretty rank. It's not very good coffee. Right, let's move time along a little bit more. I really hope one day we'll be able to zoom in a little bit more, because this is such a beautiful game. Yes. I have no idea why you should wanted to know that. Hey, Bentham, how you doing, mate? Right, I need 50 wood before we do that. We're going to be waiting on it. As soon as we've got it, we will build it up. And as soon as we have it, I'm going to run a road up here. Straight up there. Connect it up to this building. And then we're going to leave it at that. Right, we've probably got enough to run the road up here now. I only need to run it to there. I'll eventually move it because I doubt that's going to be correct. Right. I want all the child workers from here. No more will the children work over there. Can the children work in the gathering post? Oh, they can. Okay. Well, it's warmer, so, you know. In fact, it's actually roasty toasty. My lord. I'm not even heating that and it's roasty toasty. How beautiful and lovely this game is when you're not fighting against minus 150 cold. I'm good. Deadly stuff going well. You're sounding good. And all normal talking. I know. I'm a normal teethy at the moment. I have got a retainer though, and I that's what I went in to get that fitted and all of that good stuff. And then I've got pretty much weekly dental appointments to sort out little minor movements for the next 4 weeks, and then I'm going to be entering what should hopefully be the final like tweak stage of straightening out my teeth, because my bite isn't quite perfect yet. My incisor, my canine and premolar on this side aren't connecting quite the right way, so there's just a little bit more motion that needs to happen, and my incisors need to come a little bit more forward and down, so that they create a proper line at the front. And so I'm either going to be going back with braces for another like about 6 month round, but starting from this point, so this foundation, whereas previously my teeth were all over the place. Well, they weren't that bad. I had a snaggletooth there. Oh, thank you so much. So much teas.
What ice wine?
Ice wine. Ooh. I like. I'll find out what ice wine tea is like. Sheila is making sure that I'm well prepared. She brought me a teapot full of hot water and my companion cube, so I can my tea strainer. So I'll be having that in a moment. But yeah, so I'll either go for braces again or Invisalign just to do the final bit of movement. Everything in a pot of water is a stew. Well, it depends how long it's been here, because eventually it stops being mostly water and starts being mostly other stuff. Oh my god, that companion cube tea infuser is so cute. Where'd you get it from? You'd have to ask Sheila. Actually, this was a birthday present. Oh. Doop, doop, doop. It's got a little AI core counterweight as well. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's awesome. Bubbles was especially interested in how I like the ice wine tea. Right. Well, I will be finding out shortly. I've almost finished the tea in this cup, because no cup of tea actually lasts very long with me. Family torn apart. Sir, a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city when the main group, but she's sure they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team we'll send out. She urges you to hurry. We will do what we can. Right. This place is bringing in metal and quite a lot of wood, actually. Like more children working there. We'll have more workers working here, just so that we bring that in faster. Steel wreck. Oh wow, they already finished off that steel wreckage. My lord, that was quick. They've almost finished off this. That is going to be a very short-lived building. My goodness. Right, but we want to go straight to the drawing board so we can get the hothouses right away. That is a very, very important focus for this colony. Thank you very much, Telcas and Jonid. Thank you so much for the cheers. I'm going to sleep. The pain is getting worse. Wish I could watch a bit longer. Good night. Also, here's all the bits and the first I have ever given. Oh, thank you so much. I really, really hope that whatever's ailing you passes quickly, or at least if you've taken painkillers or anything, that it helps sooner rather than later. Have a good sleep, mate. Tuckers, here are all my bits. If I hadn't kind of broke my bass today. Oh, did you break your bass guitar or something? Oh no. Aavak, you're so evil. Well, bye. Gotta go to work. Take care, Miss Minnie. Right, we got plenty more homes. Let's also kind of need a medical outpost. These are the same shapes as the homes. I'm actually going to put this down here along with the homes, because I feel it's going to be important to get our people in there sooner rather than later. Alright, let's continue as fast as we can. Get as much in as we can. I can't have extended shifts yet, unfortunately. There's no food to be cooked, so I don't need anyone working here. We want to try and move forward as quickly as we can. Wood crates have been depleted. Okay. Well, the next wood would be over here then. Let's get you guys up there. At least for the time being. And we will also build a new gathering post out there. Let's run it up. Can we get that? We'll see. We will see. Let's run a road up. And see if we can place this down. This is a new way of me playing this. Pop that there. There we go. Oh, there should be a street connection there, mate. Yeah, there's a street connection, you scallywag. Stop telling me fibs. Alright. Workday is done.
Go rest all who can.
Right, we've got this set up. Right, we're going to need to pull in some of the NGs. Where are my NGs? Engineers, where are you? There we are. They're gathering me steel. Let's get you over here so you can help the sick, please. I've only got one sick person. There we are. They're being treated now. Good. Discontent is pretty much null. Do we need more homes? Yes. Yes, we do. So let's get more homes then. This will be all the homes we need. Unfortunately, we can't... I was really hoping that we'd be able to get away with having a perfect circle there, but no. Drat. That irritated me a lot last time. It felt like there was a lot of wasted space. But at the moment, everyone's doing okay. Everyone is doing fine. Right, I want no one working there. And all of those people should be working here instead. We're going to want more gathering posts set out in the distance up there. We are going to want food soon. Very, very soon, actually. But at least everyone is now safe and sound in their homes. Spot for a loudspeaker tower later? Oh yeah, I suppose so. That could be a good point. Kendra, thank you very much for the cheer. We have bits for ads in the UK now. So here, have my bit vigility. I might have read that out with less gusto if I realised where that was going. I hate not being a fast reader in English. If that was in Welsh, I could have already read it before I even started talking, or before I was through the first word. I'd know where it was going, so I would adjust my tone appropriately. But alas, in English, I'm only ever like a word ahead of myself. And by then, it's horribly too late. Thank you. Aavak, you derp. I know. These late night streams in the UK are killing me. Oh, I'm sorry, Black Knee. Is that a reference to the knights who say knee? Right, we've got a fair bit that's going to be coming in from over there. Over here. Well, that place is going to be done pretty soon. Food rations. Yeah, we're not going to make it to the next day. I'm just going to have to build a hunter's hut. That's a shame. I was really hoping that I wouldn't have to, but fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Let's get you guys out there.
Get back to work.
Indeed. Right, we'll build a hunter's hut. Right there, and that... I'll build... This will bring in 20 food, and that's enough to feed 40 people. So I'll build... Gonna have to build 3 to make sure I bring in enough food for the next day. They're gonna be a little bit hungry though. That does suck. Unless this can be researched super fast. How long? 8 hours at 100% research rate. And that costs steam cores? If I'd known that, I wouldn't have been making a rush for it. Oh well. It produces a lot of food, but oof. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Food crates depleted. That means this place can be taken down now. We'll build a gathering post. How much is left there? There's 69,500. Yeah, there's loads around here, so let's pop a gathering post out here somewhere. I'll likely move these roads as time goes by, and I have new places to put things. Right, there we are. Like this. Can I connect it? I'll do. We're out of wood! I know, I know. It sucks, but it's what we're gonna have to do. Right. Chop chop then. Half the people are gonna be able to eat tomorrow. Because it's taken us a while to get to the point of actually having... I really do hope that... Like, it would be great if you could get these working so that my hunters could go out and get me food. Right. Next up. Go for a public house.
Looking
Hope will
down.
rise. Patrons of the public house are less discontent. And you have to build a public house. Yeah, we'll sign that into law straight away.
New law. A new law has passed.
The hunter's place only gets 15 unupgraded. Yeah, you're quite correct with that. We'll pop down final hunter's place. It's only wood, so it's fine. We'll just let those get me what they need to. Pub reminders of home. People from our convoy. With basic resources secured for now, we can try to rescue the people we left behind. Build a beacon, scout Frostland, and save as many survivors from the expedition as possible. You'll need a workshop to design the plans for more advanced buildings. Rightio. Right, workers, please be there. There we go. More workers. Like I desperately need them. Make sure there's no one actually working in these. There we are. Max workers. And I need... well, the children can work over there. There we go. That'll bring in enough food. For now. It's not going to be great by any stretch of the imagination, but it'll be enough. I wonder if we'll get any wood back for demolishing this street. Yeah, we will. Sure, right then. Oh, we get it back instantly too. That's actually quite nice. Okay. Oh, some of them are probably patients. That's a bit of a shame. Right, well, we'll get the hothouse and we'll build that, and then we'll have children work in the hothouse from that point on. I do need more workshops, though, as soon as we can. We can keep going like this for a while, I'd say. Sometimes I wonder what the purpose of our struggle is. I like how the giant flaming generator doesn't count as a beacon. I know. Well, to be fair, it's in a crater, so it's hard to see. The beacon is much higher up. It's going to get really cold soon. Stupendously chilly, in fact. Which is not going to be great.